Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Café Marcial, which is our podcast. And today we are very grateful to have with us Grandmaster Steve Seo. He's come all the way from the US to attend the Latin America Summit here in Panama in the year 2025. So, Master Steve, we want to ask you just a few questions to just know what your great background in Hapkido is, where your lineage come from. So maybe speak a little bit about your father and his great importance in this martial art that we all train and practice.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I've been in Panama since, when did I come here? I came on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to see the beautiful sights. I went to Old Town, went to the canal. This is my fourth time here. But I appreciate how much Panama has developed, but still retains the beauty of the country. So really thankful for being here. So my name is Steve Seo. I'm the youngest son of Grandmaster In Sun Seo. Grandmaster In Sun Seo was very important for the development of Hapkido. So the history of Korea was under the occupation of Japan from 1910 to 1945. After World War II, Korea was liberated. However, after liberation, Korea was split between North Korea and South Korea after the Korean War. Yeah. So all through the early 50s and afterwards, Korea was very poor, and Korea was redeveloping its culture, its economy, things like that. So in the early 60s, there were very, very important people in the martial arts that helped redevelop Hapkido as one of the martial arts in Korea. And one of those people was my father, Grandmaster In Sun Seo. He learned from what most people consider the founder of Hapkido. His name is Choi Yong-sool. So Grandmaster In Sun Seo trained with Grandmaster Choi Yong-sool and received his black belt in 1957.
Wow.
So upon getting the black belt, he had dreams of starting his own school. So he started a school with his brother in the early 1960s called Guksul Hapkido. Okay. In early 1960s, they opened a school. And since then, he has helped grow Guksul Hapkido as one of the lineages of Hapkido. But through his leadership in different martial art organizations, one of them was the Korea Kido He. He was the chairman from 1983 to 2002. As part of that association, he actually had leadership over many, many schools. At one time, over 1,000 schools in Korea. So he had influence not only on Guksul Hapkido lineage, but all lineages. Okay. So he has exposure to many, many lineages of all the original masters through the leadership of Korea Kido. And then in 2004, he also created the Hanminjok Hapkido Association, which he continues to lead today with leadership under my brother, Grandmaster Scott Seo. And then we also have the World Kido Federation, which is the international arm. Any of our schools outside of Korea are under World Kido Federation, and that's me. I'm the president of the World Kido Federation. I'm responsible for all of our schools, which is a little bit over 100 schools. So our organization is very big. We have 300 schools in Korea and 100 schools international outside of Korea for a total of 400 schools.
Oh, wow. That is quite a large number, I think. And it's all under your responsibility, basically, in your hands. You're just trying to keep this just jewel that you've got and teach it to everyone else. And now we've just had the opportunity to learn from you here in Panama in this summit. Where do you think Hapkido is going towards in the next years, especially in Latin America?
I think what's really, really important for martial arts, especially Korean martial arts like Hapkido, is to preserve not just the training, but also the values and the mentality of what martial arts are about. So where I see Hapkido going is that we have to keep focusing on the true meaning of martial arts, which is respect, etiquette, being a better person, respecting your seniors, teaching the values to the younger students. While I think sports are important, things like MMA and competition are important, these concepts are less of a priority for those endeavors. For those endeavors, it's more about training and winning. In martial arts, we have competition or those things, but those are secondary to us being able to preserve and bring forward the values. So where I see Hapkido going is through events like the summit, the events that I do with World Kido Federation around the world, through training seminars, through conferences, through these big events. We have to continue to cultivate that mindset and pass it along to the next generation, and still do the really cool stuff, which
Yeah.
is like the training and the technical aspect, the tournaments. All those things will be there, but it must be under the root and the focus of the values and the things that are most important in Korean martial arts.
I think in this seminar we were learning from you quite an important view that we have in martial arts, which is we're all a big family. And this is a way to bring us all together. But I want to know a little bit in your family, because you were born into martial arts, you were born into Hapkido.
Yes.
There's nothing closer
Yes,
living, there's no living person other than your brother, let's say, closer
Yes.
to your father, Master In Sun Seo, who is basically the one that has the, how we would say it in Spanish, the batuta right now in Hapkido. So how was your upbringing as a child training Hapkido, and how has this shaped your life through adulthood?
So it has had a profound influence on my life. Some of my earliest memories is at the Dojang. I remember, I think it was my 6th or 7th birthday in South Korea. I actually had my birthday at the Dojang. And I remember there were like 30 or 40 kids. We had a big cake, and then we were running around, and we were supposed to do a class, but we didn't do the class. We just kind of had fun. But I essentially grew up in the martial arts. A lot of times on weekends, we would go to dojangs, and then weekdays, I would come to dojang sometimes after school. And then I was living, so I immigrated to America, USA, from South Korea when I was 3 years old. So when I came to America, not only did I go to dojang in America, I had dojang that my dad created. I went to my aunt's dojang. My aunt's also in the martial arts.
Yeah.
And then we would visit, this is in the United States, but we would always visit South Korea during the summers. So we would stay in South Korea for 2-3 months at a time. And there, the days were all at the dojang. So my dad had the headquarters dojang in Busan. So in the summers, I would spend every day at the dojang, some training, but more just hanging out with my family. And I made friends at the dojang. I knew the instructors. So very much it was part of me. And obviously, as I got older, I appreciated more of the lessons of martial arts. And it's really helped me as a person to be more disciplined, to have a sense of myself and my responsibility from a teaching perspective, but also from passing on what I know when it comes to the history, as well as you mentioned, as we mentioned, what's most important in martial arts is not just the technical. I can teach that, but what's more important is having other people appreciate what martial arts can do for yourself, for your community, and in some ways for the broader, in this case, Latin America. We have a summit now that's not just limited to Panama. We have all these countries, Panama, Brazil, Argentina, Ecuador, USA. I'm looking at the flags right now, Puerto Rico, Colombia. So it's very special that my experience that I had growing up, now I see it beyond just me. I see it spread to many, many countries from around the world.
Well, Master, I want to say thanks to you because you give to us this space. We know you are you are in different things right now, and you have you don't have enough time. But for that, for us, is very important. The idea, the whole idea with this podcast is the people knows true masters, the lineage of the true masters, and in this way, I want to present to you to Latin America not only the Hapkido practitioners, also for the whole martial arts in Latin America, and I want to thank to you for this space, because for us it's very important. Hapkido is our martial arts, and for us it's very important to share this interview with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And like I said, I think I've been very fortunate to be able to learn from my father, Grandmaster In Sun Seo, who also learned from Grandmaster Choi Yong-sool. But I also have been very fortunate to be exposed to many, many other masters growing up. And I think part of World Kido Federation, what's nice is even in Latin America, we saw all the senior masters and some of us share common lineage, some of us have different lineage. We can all come together with the common Hapkido martial art, and I think that's very special that can connect us beyond time and beyond space in terms of far away.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
think what's nice now is through the podcast and through different digital ways,
Yeah.
we can connect us through social media, through our website, things like that. So I'm appreciative that you guys are doing your part to be able to create content that can be shared around the world.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, because this interview isn't just for us. Obviously, it's for everybody that's part of World Kido Federation, Hanminjok Hapkido Association, and everyone else that just wants to know a little bit about martial arts, Hapkido, or any other martial art. So to have this space with you, especially, it's very meaningful. And I think some people that don't have the opportunity to come to one of the summits, either it's here in Latin America or in San Francisco or even Korea, they have now this to look at and listen to a little bit of your story. So that's very valuable. Yeah.
Is it okay if I ask a question for you guys?
Yeah, sure.
So having never been to a summit before, this is the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
So can you kind of give your perspective in terms of what you'll take away from the summit from your own personal perspective?
I think what really hit me, like I really enjoy Hapkido. I've been practicing for about 5 years now with my master, Carlos Espinosa. And obviously I've known Master Rolando Vergara because he comes to Chiriquí and helps us with everything. And my master always speaks about Master Rolando Vergara in such a way that's like this is such a great person, and I know he's a great person.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that. But now being here, it's like that one person created this whole thing
Yeah, it's
for
amazing.
everyone to share. So of course you have your part in that
Yes,
too.
yes, but
here in Panama,
he was the catalyst to bring it
Exactly,
together.
exactly.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
So just the fact that he created something that's this big,
yeah, it's amazing.
it's
Yes.
like, okay, now I get that.
Yes.
Now I understand that. And obviously we had the part of all the philosophical teachings and the techniques and everything and demonstrations from different countries so we can exchange experiences with other people. That was very meaningful, but just the power to see how one martial art can bring so many people together.
Yes, very special. Yes.
So that for me was just like cherry on top.
How about you, sir? What did
Well,
you?
Master, I think this is my fourth summit
Yes.
with you. For me, it's an honor share with you and learn from you because since we start in the Hanminjok Hapkido Association and World Kido Federation, my master speak about Grandmaster In Sun Seo and his sons in such a way. But when we practice with you, learn from you and your family, we know that we have a jewel, and you maintains this jewel shining, and this is very important. For me, it's a great honor to share with you and your family this beautiful way of life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yes, I think, I don't know if you want to add anything else or if you have any, I don't know, comment about how you think this Latin America Summit went.
So it was. So I've done 5 summits before Latin America
Yeah.
Summit, and those were focused more to North America.
Yeah.
They were international summit, but I would say it was heavily focused on most North America, U.S. and Canada. We did have a few from Europe and some from Latin America, but the idea for this one was with the growth and importance of Latin America and Hapkido, Grandmaster Vergara felt that it was time. It was
Yeah.
necessary for us to do a similar event focused on Latin America. So that idea we had in 2024. And then what I was telling other people, which is very special, is it only took 1 year from idea to execution. And I think because of the leadership of him and how Grandmaster Vergara is, very focused and passionate person, he was able to bring it together and make it happen in 1 year. So one thing that's very impressive was how quickly we went from the idea to execution. But then the more important thing is the execution itself was wonderful.
Yeah,
It was
that's right.
seamless event, so well run. We had, like I said, 7 countries represented. Everyone had a great time. It was all positive, and I think it exceeded my expectations. So now the question is, when will we do it again?
Exactly.
So I'm in active conversations with Grandmaster Viguera about how frequently you want to do it, the time. So more to come for everybody.
Yeah.
But the plan definitely is we're going to do another. This will not be a just one-time thing.
Yeah.
We're going to do one again. The question is when, not if.
Exactly.
And then the bigger thing is now we see with all the leadership of the Latin America community that we'll be doing many, many more events in Latin America beyond just a summit.
Yeah.
So more training sessions, tournaments, camps, things like that, where World Kido Federation and myself will be more directly involved. We have a plan already for an event in Brazil with Grandmaster Gomez in 2027, something in Puerto Rico probably next year, maybe Argentina. So there's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, very
And
exciting.
Colombia as well. So there's many, many different things that we're planning. So I guess that's what I will say, is that the summit is just a starting point
Yeah.
for much, much more in Latin America.
Oh, that's great. So I don't know if Sonin, if you want to add something.
I think I'm going to speak a little bit in Spanish and you translate for Master.
Okay.
Because our audience, almost all the people is Spanish
speakers.
people. Bueno, señores, yo quiero terminar dando las gracias, como ya lo hice anteriormente, a Grandmaster y decirles que el Hanminjok Hapkido y la World Kido Federation por el lado de América tienen un respaldo bien fuerte. Como ya lo dijeron anteriormente, empezamos con el primer Summit latinoamericano, van a haber muchas cosas más. Y la idea nuestra es que ustedes conozcan a maestros con linajes reales y organizaciones con un respaldo real. Muchas gracias a todos por seguirnos y gracias al maestro Steve.
Basically,
Thank you.
that was it.
That's awesome.